Time now for Ask the Expert. Getting your finances in order, a top priority for a lot of people as they start the year.
Yes, certified financial planner Tony Drake is here with us on some ideas on how to get 2015 started off right.
Yeah, I think people are constantly saying, I want to work on the finances, Tony, and you mean to get to it and never do. But we got some tips tonight where
we mean well, Tony.
Yeah, that's right. We sure do.
Good
That's
intentions.
right. But here's a couple ideas you can do. I think each of them should take less than an hour and easy to starting point, if you will, to start tackling some of the finances.
Okay.
Now, we always talk about budget. That's an easy one, so we won't dwell on that. But you got to have a starting point. If we don't have a budget, stick to it. Really difficult to maintain any financial plan.
So if you make a monthly budget, you can see where your money's going, too. How much you spend on coffee, things like that.
Yeah, and for those of us that are a little more technology plugged in nowadays, there's some great apps. Mint is one. They're free. You can link your accounts. It'll actually create your budget for you. It'll show you what you're spending.
What do you think about when you think about budgets and, say, using cash versus debit card?
It's a great system. For those of us that use a debit or credit card and maybe we buy that extra dress or that extra pair of shoes or things that maybe we shouldn't, it's a great way to put cash in an envelope. So this is what I have for the month, and that's that.
I like belts and socks, too.
See, implicating us women. So take inventory is another one.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to take inventory. You got to have a starting point. It's good to know what's where. Believe it or not, a lot of folks I meet, they don't know exactly what's where, have it all in one spot. If you don't have a great budget sheet, inventory sheet, we have some tools at our website, wealthwisconsin.com, to help you get started.
Let's talk about the big D in the room, creating a debt plan.
Yeah, that's tough, isn't it? I mean, especially after the holidays, we're all kind of shocked now looking at what we did, and you got to get your arms around it, though. Knock down those budgets. Great way to start momentum is to start with the smallest ones, pay those off, and then you can continue to pay those off. The sooner we can get that out, especially when we're talking about retarees, if you don't have that extra debt in retirement, you're going to have a lot easier time doing the things you want to do.
If I pay that off, can I then buy a dress?
That's it. Or maybe
cash.
shoes for me. Shoes for me.
Organize for taxes.
Yeah. A lot of people don't realize that they're paying hundreds of dollars extra in taxes. A lot of great deductions, a lot of great things you can write off, itemize. One thing we suggest is having 3 folders. One is for income, one is for deductions and expenses that you can deduct. And when it comes to tax time, it's going to really help us organize that. Otherwise, you get the tax time right.
And just think about it when you.
I put it all in a drawer and then go
Right, that's the hard part. So if you can get organized now for next year, it's going to make a big difference.
Can you also talk about, sometimes we have a lot of accounts, money here, money there, combing through your accounts?
Yeah, a lot of combing through our accounts, consolidating some of that. Sometimes some of our old 401ks, some of those things can be consolidated and invested properly. Maybe one advisor has no idea how you're invested over here, so they're duplicating those investments instead of diversifying you properly. So sometimes that consolidation can keep it easier to track.
And if you're confused, call in the experts.
Yes, all good advice. We thank you for being with us today. If you have a question for the expert, you can email them to asktheexpert@todaystmj4.com. You can also leave a voice message at 967-5253.